Hello, my name is Sheila Herrera. I am a student at the BA in English Language Teaching at the University of Sonora. And today I'm going to talk about culture as a fifth language skill. To begin with, I will explain two main concepts about this topic, which are culture and language. These two concepts have many different definitions, but for the purpose of this talk, I chose the following. First, language is a system of communication consisting of sounds, words, and grammar, or the system of communication used by people in a particular country or type of work. On the other hand, culture is the way of life, especially the general customs and beliefs of a particular group of people at a particular time. Now you might think, okay, but why or how are they related? Well, let me tell you. Language modifies culture, and culture modifies language. But how are they related, you might wonder? Well, let me show you some examples. First, we have this study made by Chen in 2012, where he found out that the people that had future tenses in their languages, they were more likely to save money, rather than those that do not speak languages with future tenses. Well, then they do not save money for the future because they do not have it present in their language. Another example is the cultures that see the future on their bags because they do know what will happen, and the past in front of them because they already know what happened. Of course, this makes a change in how they express, in how they speak with each other, because their tenses do not change, but the way they express it is the thing that changes. So now that we have seen that language and culture are related, now we can talk about included in the classroom. So, when teaching a second language or a foreign language, we always think of only four language skills, which are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And that's it. But it really isn't it, because we should include in all of our lessons the fifth skill. As we have seen, culture is a really important fact when teaching a language, because they are related. We cannot teach language without culture, because in the language we have a lot of cultural aspects, and the learners are always receiving them, sometimes without even noticing. So, some ways that we can include more cultural aspects in our language classes or lessons is to tell them more vocabulary that express history. Another way that we can include more cultural aspects in our language lesson is to include holidays. For example, when teaching English, we can talk to them about Thanksgiving or Halloween, even though that they might not celebrate them, but at least let them know that they do, and the things that they can say about that, or how they can express with another speaker of that language about that cultural aspect. To conclude, I will give you another example of why culture and language are related. Back in the days, there was not a word for the new profession to be a YouTuber. My grandparents did not know about that word, of what was it, because it did not exist. But now culture changed. Now there are millennials, now there are influencers, there are YouTubers, and for that, the language had to create these new words and new ways to express this topic, and that for me, and I think that for you, will be also a clear example of how culture and language are related. Thanks.